Hi, in the last lessons we learned about how to create bar and column charts. In this lesson we are going to learn about how to create bubble map in our studio. So let us come back to our studio. So this bubble map basically plots bubbles or circles based on the location that we select under our data tab. Basically what this bubble map does, it identifies the locations, and according to the locations and according to our selections under metric, that it will reflect the data. So let us add a chart. This is the chart we are adding. So we can see, so this is the country. By default it has taken the locations country. We can also change the location from country to state and country to state to cities accordingly, because these are the locations. Okay, and under the locations what happens, we can add metric. We can add metric. Take for example, add metric here. We will bring, take for example, sales. We will bring sales. Let us bring sales and see. You see, let us see. So this is the sales. Take for example, Germany is having, this is the sales of 488,000, and France is really doing well. This is 609,000, and these are the sales. This reflects that, this means that the bigger the bubble, the bigger the sales. Okay, so therefore we can see the size of the bubbles. There are large size bubbles, there are small size bubbles. That means large size bubbles represents more sales in comparison to their small size bubbles. Okay. So we can go for view. We can go for view. So this is, we can see all these things in our report. So this is the sales, smallest. We can see the legend. So sales is minimum sales 7763, whereas the maximum sales that is in France, that is called 609,000. So let us come back to the report once again. Let us select it. Let us see a few more options. Suppose take for example, we will bring here color metric. Let us see. So color metric option is there under our setup or data tab. So we can select cells. Okay, let us see. So this represents, you can see this represents that one way bigger the size of the bubble, higher the size of the cells, or more the size of the cells. But here one another way, you can see the darker the shade of the bubble. So you can say darker the shade of the bubble, that means that more the cells that is taking place in the country, we can say. So let us view. We can see in our report. So this is how this tells about this legends tells about. Okay, let us come back to edit. Okay, then we can come back once again. We can, let us enlarge a little so that it will be more visible. Okay, so it will be more visible, we can see. Then let us suppose take for example, we want to then we can add, use tool of. Then we can use also, here there is also some customer that some suppose there are some other visuals we can make interaction effect. We can also switch on. It is by default. Suppose there is a table or there is certain other kind of visuals, we can make also selection according to the requirement. Okay, so let us come, let us see some of the, suppose take for example, we'll change it. Okay, we'll change it. We will bring like take for example, uh, we'll bring here, there is another. Okay, like take for example, we'll bring here profit. Let us see. So this is once again, so it is coming, United Kingdom has made more profit than any other country. This is the largest bubbles. Okay, so let us bring back sales into it. Okay, So let us see some of the styling options under this. Suppose take for example, this is a map we have created. So suppose we want to see it something like that, like satellite map. So this will appear like this. So we can convert this a map to satellite map. This is always there. So this, let us bring back the visuals. Then we can have like size, report, theme. Okay, styles we can change it to, like we can change it to standard. Okay, so this will appear like this. Okay. So then we can have, suppose we want the roads, borders, all these things, these are by default it has taken. Suppose we do not want this, we can always reduce it. So that means roads, all these things will not appear. Okay. Similarly, landmarks also it will not appear. Okay. Similarly, labels, suppose we do not want these labels to appear, so we can also that reduce it like that. So no country name will appear now. So by default, let us keep it as it is. Okay. So then we can see this bubbles layers. Bubble, suppose we want to see field areas, take for example. Okay, we will see in subsequent that videos. Heat map, suppose we want to make line map, all these things we can make, we will see. So bubble layer, suppose we want to see it larger, take for example. So we can always increase. Suppose we want to see it lesser, we can reduce the size of the bubbles. Okay. So this also tells about the opacity. Then it will tell about under style we are checking. Then we can check about opacity. This is opacity. Okay. So this is also border. Suppose we want to that increase the thickness of the border, we can. Suppose this bubble we want to change the color of the bubble. Suppose from blue to orange, we can always make. This is, so you see these are the options that we have given, pan and zoom. This is the pan and zoom. This option we do not want to see, we can put it here, untick it. So this will go. Okay. Let us keep it. Okay. Similarly, we can have a zoom control. Zoom control. So this is also zoom control will go. Okay. So similarly, we have a strict view control. Suppose we do not want this strict view, so it will go. Okay. Similarly, suppose take for example full screen control. So this will also, this is full screen, large screen control. So if we want, we do not. It depends on our requirement. We can tick or untick. We show map type control. So you can say when I tick on show map type control, these two options have come. So we can put it as satellite, or sometimes if I want to make it a map, it will appear like this. So this is the functions. Let us untick it. So Google scale, we can see the scale. We can use these are the options. These scales is appearing. Let us untick it. So these are the options given under style. Similarly, we can say that legend. This is the legend. We can take it to top or bottom. Take for example. So now these cells and these are called legends. It has come to the top. Okay. Suppose take for example, we want to see it on the right side. It will come to the right sides of the cells like this. So let us keep it as it is. Okay. So then suppose we want to see, you see the absolute figure is there, we want to see the compact number. Okay. So we can also have it like this will be also reflected as well. So then color legend is there. So then we have set it as legend font color. Legend font color, this is by default it has taken black. If we want to change, it will. So this is called opacity. Okay. So if you want to change, we can make. So all these things we have seen already. Okay. Suppose all chart header we want to put a show on hover, we can also, it is already by default it is there. So, okay. So so these are for the lessons. Basically, in summary, let me summarize. Let me summarize. Bubble charts are basically charts that plot a map on your page or a report where you have circular bubbles decided by a particular metric, which will help you understand and analyze the data according to it. Okay. So there is a dimension by default it takes locations and any other metric like profit, sales or discount, whatever you want to see in your map, you can select and accordingly you can get a map. Okay. So you can analyze different countries by sales, you can analyze different state by profit, and you can also analyze cities by discount. All these things are possible by using bubble maps. That's for the lessons. Thank you.